Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com. How to make silicone molds. These molds are great for reproducing small to medium-sized objects. They can be cast in concrete, cement, epoxy, wax, soap, even plaster of Paris. You start by picking an object that you want to duplicate. This type of mold is designed to work on objects that are flat on one side. We're actually going to glue that item with a little hot glue from a hot glue gun down to a smooth, flat surface. I'm using a piece of plastic. I'm then going to create a mold box around that item, and I'm just going to seal all sides of each piece of wood with silicone and hold the whole thing together with tape. Building the box, you don't really want to screw it together. You want to make it easy to disassemble after that mold material hardens. I'm then going to mix up some silicone molding medium, which you can pick up at any arts and crafts store. Mix it up as per the directions, and then just pour it directly into the mold over the item that's going to be cast. This then has to be set aside and allowed to dry for an adequate amount of time. I actually let it dry overnight. When you start to take apart the mold box, if that mold material feels sticky at all, you know it's not dried sufficiently. The mold box breaks apart fairly easily. The silicone does have a little tension or strength to it. You can pry it a little bit with a screwdriver. Just wiggle it. Just breaking free that entire mold box. And if you notice, I made that box as small as possible. You only need about a 1/4 inch of mold material around the item. So any additional space, you're just wasting that molding silicone. Now we just have to break that mold free from that bottom piece of plastic. I just kind of break the surface tension by running around the outside edge with a screwdriver, and then you can start to pry it off. Now many times the glue which attaches the item to that sheet of plastic will pop free, and the item to be duplicated will be left embedded into the mold. That's not a problem. You just work it with your fingers, work the mold away from that item. The plug that I made was out of wood. It's of a sea turtle, and this is for another project. We're going to make an outdoor sea turtle shaped candle holder. This is just a small replica of that, just to test the process. Now once the plug is out of the mold is basically ready to use. If you take a look in the mold, it's got all the detail that was on the original piece. As I said before, you can use quite an assortment of different medium to fill the mold. I'm going to use concrete for this little experiment. But you could use wax, you could use plaster of Paris, epoxy, even soap. For the concrete, I let this dry actually for 48 hours. In my boiler room to facilitate drying with the extra heat. And then just slowly start to peel that mold away from the concrete. And there you have it. A reproduced concrete turtle or sea turtle created from a carved wooden template or plug. Very easy do-it-yourself project, and you can actually duplicate almost anything that has one flat surface. There are other molding techniques that would be better for three-dimensional items, but this actually worked out perfect for my project. Please check us out on the web at www.diyeasycrafts.com. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.